Elaine here from the Smart Train, your partner in learning. Welcome to the Smart Train Smartcasts, simple tools for maximum impact. This is just a short video to look at page breaks in your Word document. Make sure you check out the smarttrain.com for other great free smartcasts. So we look at the consequences of not using a page break, how to correctly insert a page break, how to display page breaks in your document, and then once you find them, how to delete or move a page break. Let's have a look at a Word document. Here we have a 2-page Word document. We want to move the heading Working with Tables onto the following page. What I see too commonly is people clicking above the heading and then using the return key to push the heading down onto the next page, which in our case would be page 2. So if I just simply scroll down the page, you can see that my heading has been pushed down onto page 2. I'm now going to demonstrate why this is not effective, and it may answer some questions that people may have about documents not printing well, for example. So let's go back up to page 1. Now I'm back up on page 1, and what I'm going to do is click in here under the last paragraph on page 1, and I'm going to enter some text. Now for the purpose of this short video, I'm simply going to paste some text. With the text pasted, you can see that this text fits on page 1. Now let's just have a look. If we go down very slowly onto page 2, you can see that of course our heading has been pushed further down the page. It's almost halfway down page 2, and we have all this blank space above the heading. Now this creates problems for printing, and it also creates problems when you're dealing with long documents. So how and why has this happened? In order to work with non-printing characters such as spaces, tabs and new paragraphs, which is what happens when you use the Enter key, we need to turn on the Show Hide button on the home ribbon. We can now clearly see all of the blank paragraphs, which look like blank lines in this case, have been inserted earlier. These have been pushed down below our pasted text, pushing our heading, Working with Tables, further down page 2. So how can we avoid this problem? Let's just undo everything that we've done and start again. So I'm just using the Ctrl-Z key here to go right back to where we were originally in the document. Leaving on my Show Hide button, we're going to see how to insert a page break effectively. To do this, I'm going to click in here to the left of my heading, Working with Tables, and up in the ribbon, click the Insert tab, and within the Pages group, we have the page break option here. I simply click it to insert a page break, and you can see what's happened below. Here we have our page break that has been inserted on page 1, and everything directly below it has been pushed down onto page 2, simply making one page break. However, if I go to the same location that we did earlier and simply paste some text, you can see the text fits on the page and also the page break fits on the page. Looking further down to page 2, you can see that the heading Working with Tables has not been interfered with, and this is because of the page break. We're not dealing with blank lines here, and no matter where a page break appears on the previous page, it will not affect the page ahead. Bear in mind if the text that you enter or paste plus the page break paragraph doesn't fit, so I'm going to insert some more text here, and this will push it further down page 2. And scrolling down the page, you can see our page break further down on page 2, and you can see that the Working with Tables heading has been pushed down to page 3. It hasn't appeared just below the page break, it actually goes on to the next page, hence the term page break. This essentially means that the Working with Tables heading will always be on the top of a page, whether it be page 2 or page 3. Now let's look at moving or deleting page breaks. Once you find them, they are easy to move or delete. We can easily move page breaks just as we move text. Every time we press the Enter key, we create what's known as a new paragraph. Now it may look like a line of text, but because we have a return marker directly before the page break and a return marker directly after the page break, this is simply a paragraph. As with all other paragraphs, we can highlight paragraphs of text, so we can highlight the page break. This will allow us to move or copy that page break anywhere else in the document using the Ctrl-X or the Ctrl-C, or any other methods that you would use. And equally as easy, we can simply remove the page break by using the Delete key on the keyboard once it's highlighted. So I press Delete on the keyboard, it deletes the page break, and brings back up the Working with Tables heading to exactly where it was before. Check out the smarttrain.com for more detailed videos on dealing with lengthy documents and reports, and how to effectively split your document into different sections. Another cool way to enter a page break very quickly is using the Ctrl and Enter keys on the keyboard. By using the Ctrl and Enter, you're creating essentially what is a hard return, and that will give you a new page. and you can see that we have a page break entered and working with tables has been pushed down to page 2. So that's a great little tip in order to insert a page break without having to use the tabs and ribbons. So there you have it, a quick little video how to effectively work with page breaks in Microsoft Word. Check out further free smartcasts on our website, thesmarttrain.com, and don't forget to connect with us on Twitter and Facebook at The Smart Train. If you wish to arrange on-site training for your organisation, please go to the main website smartsolutions.ie. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time with our great free smartcasts.